When I was a freshman in high school, I know that I'm a big man right now. I know I'm big now that I'm older and I'm of a tall stature. But that wasn't always the case. That wasn't always the case. When I was a freshman in high school, I probably came in on the scale soaking wet about 95 pounds. About 95 pounds. And so when I came into high school, and some of you that are old enough to know when you get into the ninth grade, it's kind of intimidating a little bit, and especially with the upperclassmen, and sometimes you get thrown around a little bit and kind of, I guess, go through the initiation process. And a couple weeks of school going into it, I fell into that category. So I was a smaller guy, and I was always in athletics, but I came into the lunchroom one day, and it's probably about 6 or 7 guys, and I mean, I look back, and they're still jerks, I think. But I mean, I don't know if they are today, but they were jerks then. Just just cocky and rude, and I sat down. Some of my friends were going to come join me. Like, I got there early, and they weren't there yet, so they kind of dumped my food out and threw it in the trash, and I did say something, but then the guy kind of elbowed me and clipped my eye, and it was just kind of, I was embarrassed and stuff. And it was during wrestling season, and I was a wrestler, and so I went to wrestling practice, and we had this Jeff Allen. He was already a 2-time state champion. He was a all-star on the football team, just a powerhouse, at our school, muscle big. And so we're halfway through the practice, and he sees me, and I'm kind of not acting right, and he says, "Hey, Donadio, what is wrong with you? What's wrong?" And I said, "Nothing, Jet, nothing. I'm fine." He's like, "What's wrong, man?" I said, "Nothing." He said, "Hey, what happened to your eye?" And I said, oh. I mean, because if you rat on everybody, then you're done. You're a freshman, it's all over. The rest of the 3 years, you might as well just sit down and it's done. So I didn't want to say it, but then I told him, I said, "Well, and I told him the story that I just told you. So he said, "All right, I'll take care. Don't worry." I'm like, "Jeff, please, don't worry." He said. So the next day, Jeff goes into the lunchroom and says a few words. I'm not sure if they were all in the English vocabulary, if they were swear, I'm not sure. But he said something that affected them greatly. And so he went to wrestling practice, and he said at the end of practice, he said, "Oh, Donadio, hey, I took care of that." And I'm like, "What?" He said, "Don't worry. Hey," he said, "why don't you go talk to them tomorrow?" And I said, "Jeff, I'm not going to do it. You just go, just maybe say something." So I said, "All right." So I was like, "Oh, man." So it was lunch. I was so nervous, and I came in there, so there's about 6, 7 of them there. So they're sitting there. The little trays, I don't know if they said the trays or whatever. So they're there, and I walked by, and I'm like, "Hey," and I bumped their tray like they did to me. And I just, I just kept walking, by. I paused for a little bit, and what do you got to do? You got to do it? I had that attitude, like, what do you got to do about it? And they didn't do it. Their heads down. They didn't do anything. Man, and all of a sudden, I grew like, I felt like I was a giant, like, I gained like 80 pounds, and I was like, yeah. I walked out, I felt like I was amazing on top of the world. And so, why? What changed? What changed from 2 days ago to now this time? Same group of guys. It's because Jeff Allen, the king of my high school, was on my side, and I knew it, and I had no fear at all. And those guys never bothered me again, and it was just an amazing freshman year. Listen, we can stand against the enemy. We can stand against the challenges of this life, anything that the enemy throws at us, because God is on our side. I mean, if this thought life, this weapon, these shoes absolutely change everything about how we view life, because suddenly you realize God is for you, and if God is for you, then who can be against you?